Well, it goes to show, if you're going to go at a legend, you better not miss. As we know, Angel Reese come out this week. She absolutely crushed her own teammates into the dust. And she even decided to go after a legend. The legendary Courtney Vandersloot, who, of course, blew out her ACL at the beginning of the season. And she is in the midst of making a comeback. And of course, Angel Reese made some comments that were none too kind to a legend.
If you take a shot at a legend, you better not miss. Tonight, Angel Reese found that out the hard way. One public comment about a veteran's age, one team statement about detrimental remarks, and one Hall of Fame caliber resume answering back, calmly, directly, and with receipts. This isn't just a quote war. It's a live stress test of leadership inside the Chicago Sky. Trust, accountability, professionalism. And whether a young star understands the difference between building a brand and building a locker room. Let's break it down.
The Chicago Sky teammates of Angel Reese, Ariel Atkins, Rachel Banham, Courtney Vandersloot, three ladies which were targeted in that hit piece that Angel Reese slid underneath the table. Yeah, they responded. Not only did they respond, but the Chicago Sky responded as well.
First, the spark. Angel Reese reportedly suggested the Sky can't rely on Courtney Vandersloot's return because of age and injury, then pivoted to say the team needs someone younger, proven, and championship ready. That take didn't just step on a toe. It stomped on a career that's defined WNBA point guard play for more than a decade. Within hours, the franchise issued discipline. Not a full DNP, not a fine. A half-game suspension for statements detrimental to the team. 20 minutes on the bench as a message. Translation: Chicago wanted to make a point without making a crater.
At this point, it's over. That whole Sky Barbie thing, that thing is over. Angel Reese is done in Chicago. They're going to move on. They have to.
Meanwhile, the legend at the center of it? She spoke. Briefly, surgically.
Can Sky Nation expect to see you back there next year?
Oh, absolutely. You know, contrary to what people say or think, my age has absolutely not a factor. I am coming back. I'm going to come back better than ever because that's what I've done. I put myself in a position to come back and compete even at this age.
Better than ever. Thank you so much, Sloot.
No subtweets, no noise. Just a veteran setting the record straight. Why did that land so hard? Because Courtney Vandersloot isn't just another veteran. She's an all-timer. Multiple All-Star selections, assist titles for years, 2 rings, all WNBA honors, the blueprint for running a team. You don't casually question that kind of resume, especially publicly, especially while she's grinding through rehab from a major injury. That's a different level of respect.
We can't rely on Courtney to come back at that age that she's at, Reese said. I know she'll be a great asset for us, but we can't rely on that. We need someone probably a little younger with some experience, somebody who's been playing the game and is willing to compete for a championship and has done it before. Courtney Vandersloot, by the way, 2-time WNBA champion, 5-time All-Star, 2-time All-WNBA first team, left the New York Liberty, a championship caliber team, to come help out the Chicago. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, dang. Oh, dang. It's all right, Courtney. It's all right.
And here's the real issue. It wasn't a closed-door conversation. It was on camera. Once it's public, it's not just about opinions. It's about the trust structure of the team. Every locker room has venting. Every season has friction. But when critique of a teammate's future and value hits the airwaves, it changes the power dynamic. Veterans stop wondering if you're frustrated and start wondering if they can trust you. That's why the franchise stepped in. Not because one sentence ends a season, but because a pattern can.
Chicago Sky values the safety, respect, and well-being of every player. We are committed to accountability so our players can stay focused on playing basketball. because of statements detrimental to the team made by Angel Reese during league mandated media. She will not play in the first half of the game on September 7th against the Las Vegas Aces. This matter has been handled and resolved internally, and we are moving forward as—
Which brings us to the part nobody wants to say out loud. The Sky's discipline looked indecisive. A half-game suspension is the kind of punishment you give when you want to be seen doing something, while hoping the headlines just pass by. You either back your player fully, or you draw a clean line. Tried to do both, and it read as neither. And that's where Courtney's calm response mattered. She didn't have to defend her career. Her career already defends itself. But by addressing it once, clearly, she modeled exactly what a locker room expects from its North Star: steadiness, accountability, and focus on the work.
Angel Reese will be lucky if she has a third of the career that Courtney Vandersloot has had. I don't think it was Kennedy Carter that blew that locker room up. I think it was Angel Reese. There, I said it out loud. I think it was continuous drama.
Now let's talk about the contrast that keeps following Angel, whether she invites it or not. Angel Reese is charisma in motion. Rebounds, energy, TV moments, a massive social footprint. She moves attention. That's real value. But attention is a double-edged sword. The more eyes on you, the tighter the margin for error. Technicals, dust-ups, spicy quotes, great TV, until it starts to feel like a theme. Fans love passion. Teams need consistency. The leaders who last in this league understand the difference.
In the beginning of the season, you was missing mad layups. You was shooting like 27% on layups. I saw Ariel Atkins at the podium holding you down. I didn't see none of your teammates going in the media blasting your ass for not being able to make a damn layup. We haven't seen none of your teammates come out and flame you for how you was missing layups back to back to back to back to back. You had like 8 straight games where these dudes won hundreds of thousands of dollars betting that you would miss your first shot. None of your teammates came out and embarrassed you publicly. They held you down and supported you.
When Caitlin Clark takes hard fouls, the story isn't the quote after. It's the way she keeps dragging her franchise forward on the next possession. Different personalities, sure, but the pattern is what matters. Elevate the group, own the tough nights, never give the other 11 players in your room a reason to wonder if they're your first priority. And that's the fork in the road for Angel right now. Because here's the part no one can spin away. Free agents talk. Agents talk. The league is a whisper network of reputations, and reputations decide who picks up your call in July. If you're perceived, fairly or not, as a walking headline that might undercut veterans, you shrink the pool of players willing to line up next to you in a playoff series.
You can tell it's just some turmoil going on in Chicago right now, and it kind of brings up the question, like, what is going to happen with Angel Reese at this point? I think she's done playing.
Ask Any GM culture isn't a hashtag. It's who gets texted first when the market opens. So what are Chicago's real options? Option 1, hard reset. Private meeting. Ownership, coaching staff, vets. Space to talk, space to listen, a shared code of nothing public, everything internal. You can salvage a year with that. You can even strengthen a room if the apology is real, and followed by action. Option 2, draw a bright line. Full game suspension next time, clear media guidelines, a veteran liaison on the bench. That's not just punishment, that's structure. Players actually prefer strong guardrails because everyone knows where the cliff is.
I would be highly surprised if Angel Reese is on the Chicago Sky's roster come the start of the 2026 or the 2027 season. The Chicago Sky, they might be saying to themselves, Angel Reese just isn't worth the headache that she is causing. Great rebounder. As for everything else, she's not worth the headache that she's causing.
Option 3, long game. If the front office thinks the fit is fundamentally mismatched, personality, timeline, leadership style, then you start exploring the market before the value dips. Quietly. Respectfully. Not because of one quote, but because you protect the room first. Right now, Chicago is trying to do option 1 without calling it option 1. The half-game signal says, we're addressing it. The veteran statement says, I'm not done. The question is whether Angel's next week matches the message the team is trying to send. Because this isn't just about Courtney. It's about the scoreboard Angel can control tomorrow. Lower the temperature with the mics. Raise the standard with the film.
Angel Reese facing her first bit of accountability here in the WNBA. Unapologetically Angel. The Chicago Sky don't care about any of that right now. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about go out and say what you want. Be unapologetic. They have no time for that. They have a business to run. They have teammates that they care about. Players on the roster that they're looking for. You know what? We got to send a message. This isn't cool to Vandersloot. This isn't cool to Banham. This isn't cool to Haley Van Lith. We got to show the other players on the roster we have your back as well.
Cut the empty calories from the shot diet. Trim the turnovers. Win the possession game that actually wins playoff series. Glass, foul discipline, late clock execution. And maybe the most important one. Use the microphone to build your locker room, not test it. You want to transform a narrative in this league? Simple formula. Brutally hard execution. Praise up, own down. Compete like chaos. Speak like a captain. Praise up. Highlight the vet's rehab work, the teammates' growth, the coach's game plan, even on a loss. People notice. Own down. That's on me. For a blown rotation, a rushed shot, a bad quarter. People really notice.
It says here, Tyler Marsh called it a top-down organizational decision, declined to share which comments were viewed as detrimental. Atkins implied the team supported the decision. Ownership handled it how they see fit. She told the Sun Times, a shooter on Friday, they have full support from our team.
Compete like chaos. Bring the energy that made you a star, but channel it. Fight on the glass, not with the refs. Let the box score, offensive rebounds, putbacks, second chance points, be the viral clip. Speak like a captain. Make your quotes impossible to twist because they point one direction, toward the group. There's also a basketball truth hiding inside this drama. If Courtney Vandersloot returns anywhere near form, your margin for error as a franchise shrinks. In a good way. You're suddenly playing with a floor general who sees the game 2 passes ahead. Wings get cleaner looks. Bigs get walk-ins at the rim. The pace becomes intentional instead of frantic. That's what real point guards do. They make everyone else's job simpler.
Now, how many players are going to listen to what Angel Reese had to say about Courtney Vandersloot? Are going to listen to what Angel Reese had to say about her current teammates? How many players are going to say, oh yeah, I want to play with that player who has no problem throwing me under the bus with 3 games to go. I want to play with that. Maybe not many.
And a simpler job would help Angel more than any headline. Fewer forced touches, more high-value catches, cleaner mismatches. A partner in the 2-man game who can gift you points without a dribble. You don't dismiss that. You sprint toward it. Let's zoom back out. The WNBA is in a moment. Attendance up, storylines everywhere, national conversations every week. The league doesn't need fewer personalities. It needs personalities who translate to winning. The players who become the face of teams, the face of cities, the face of broadcasts. Those are the ones who figure out how to turn attention into gravity on the floor. Angel Reese can still be that. The tools are there. The platform is there. The city is there. But you don't lead a room you keep on edge. You don't attract champions by downplaying a champion. And you don't build a career by setting fires you then have to put out every other homestand. Fans forgive quickly when the product shifts. Teammates forgive even faster when they feel seen, valued, and protected. And front offices? They fall in love with players who reduce problems and expand possibilities. So, where do we land? Courtney Vandersloot reminded the league why respect is earned over years and defended in seconds. The Sky tried to walk a tightrope on discipline and wobbled. Angel Reese is standing at a crossroads with the mic in her hand and the season in front of her. Say less, play more, build the room you want to lead. Do that, and this becomes a blip in her arc, a footnote before a playoff push. Don't, and this season turns into a case study other teams show rookies at training camp about how fast trust can evaporate. Your move, Chicago. Your move, Angel. Now I want to hear from you. Was the half-game suspension a fair response or a soft one? And if you're running the Sky, do you double down on the reset or start fielding calls? Let me know below.